Today we are on our last few days in our 11-day long South vacation. Through the raging waves and those smoking hot barbecue, join us on the last leg of our trip as we enjoy the city of Surigao. First thing in the morning, we drove up to Surigao City to process some paperwork. Well, I don't need to get into the details, but it did take us a while. After that, we went to the Boulevard and took our lunch. We ate here at Dodong's Steakhouse, and I tell you, it is worth every penny. And since the food is still grilling, I took a little stroll around the streets of Boulevard. It is a long strip avenue just in front of the seaside of Surigao City. Here you can find various grill and bar restaurants. It is mostly alive at night, where street vendors show up with all those amazing selection of Filipino street food. Now that there's no vendor in the afternoon, here you can chill out whether you're waiting for somebody or just pulling out some hours of relaxation smelling the lovely breeze of the sea. After the long stroll, the food is ready and it's time to feast. It is our last day here in Surigao. After lunch, we head back to Banban and say our final goodbyes to Cham's loved ones. It won't be long till we get back, but given the pandemic that happened, it is always a reminder for us to take no moment for granted. The pandemic not just affected time, but also it has took a lot from people around the world. So it is best to cherish every moment, every single talks, and time you are with your loved ones. This vacation was the first since the pandemic started, and it's truly a blessing that we are able to visit Surigao again. Nighttime came and we are invited for dinner in Tita's childhood best friend's house. Nothing beats a local specialty. And come the next day, we already headed back to Butuan for our flight back home. There, we are also greeted with one of Tito's friends around the area, where we also took our breakfast. And after 11 long days, we are finally heading back home.
And that concludes our vacation here in Surigao. We are now here at Meneses Hall in the airport buying some pasalubongs as we return back to Manila after a 2-week-long trip from Cebu to Surigao, and now we're going home. So many things we've missed in Manila, but it was one worth 2-week trip. And now we are going back home. See you there.
From the Queen City of the South to the Spring Islands of Mindanao, it is definitely one spectacular ride. Understanding every culture, seeing new and amazing things, catching up from the time pandemic lockdown stole from us, made storm, and be it sunny. The 11 long days of vacation was truly one of my remarkable journey. It is a blessing to be outside away from home again after being locked down from the pandemic. It's not that the pandemic is over, but after being prisoned inside our homes, it is a breath of fresh air to be out there exploring again. I say I have learned a lot from this trip, and I hope that you do too. As I head back home, I'll bring back all of it and tell how amazing the South Queen and the Spring Islands, the beauty which cannot be replicated. And I'm excited to come back to add more chapter that is a never-ending book of adventure.